You can't deny the effect of Star Trek not only on pop culture but on the world around us, mobile phones being one of those examples. But do you know all there is to know about this iconic and legendary TV series? Stick around as I delve behind the scenes of this show and just generally chat about it. Hi, welcome to Sci-Fi Fans. I'm your host Wayne, and as you've gathered, today I'd like to talk to you about Star Trek. Just a couple of quick questions for you. Do you know how many models that they used to film the Enterprise? And can you name the cast member that was given the role before anybody else, according to William Shatner? I'll let you think about that while I delve into the fun facts about the TV series. So Star Trek first aired on September the 8th in 1966 on the network NBC. This series was created by Gene Roddenberry, who would go on to create many other iconic shows, but none of them would really reach the highs of Star Trek. The show is set in the 23rd century, primarily aboard the USS Enterprise, NCC-1701. This series was originally produced at Delusional Studios, which was owned by Lucille Ball. Ball heavily advocated for the show, and it was largely her influence with NBC that led to a second chance after the rejection of the original pilot. Ball was also said to be a genuine fan of the show and was often affectionately referred to as Star Trek's godmother. James Doohan lost his right middle finger during the Second World War, and most of his scenes were shot to hide this fact. However, if you look closely, it is noticeable in Cat's Paw, an episode from 1967, when Scotty is holding a phaser pistol on Kirk and Spock. If you look closely, you'll see only two fingers are actually holding the butt of the phaser. It is also noticeable in the Trouble with Triples, again from 1967, when Kirk's food comes out of the food dispenser filled with triples, and Scott walks in carrying a big load of triples in a bag. Or might not be no, it's not a bag, it's just carrying them. So one of the writers, DC Fontana, was told to use the initials DC by Gene Roddenberry. Now this was because networks at that time generally wouldn't hire women writers, so she did that, and incidentally her first name is Dorothy. The original series ran for 3 seasons from 1966 to 1969 with a total of 79 episodes, and despite the cultural impact, the show struggled with low ratings during its original run. What helped that though was when Star Trek was syndicated. It gained immense popularity during the 1970s, and this kind of led to a upsurge and uptake and interest in the TV show and helped generate a significant fan following. This series though often faced budget constraints, leading to creative solutions and sometimes recycled props and sets. The famous opening line, "Space the Final Frontier," was narrated by William Shatner, but you probably knew that already. Leonard Nimoy's Vulcan ears became iconic, and his makeup had a faint greenish hue due to his green Vulcan blood. But because the makeup was hand mixed, it would vary with the amount of green, but then it wasn't really visible when it showed up on camera, so all that effort for something that didn't really show on set. 2 models of the USS Enterprise were used on the show. One of them was 3 foot long, with another one that was 11 foot long. Gene Roddenberry's vision for the show was wagon train to the stars and combining Western and space exploration themes. So that's kind of what he wanted for it to be. The series addressed social issues in the 1960s, including war, racism and the Cold War. Star Trek inspired real-world technology, including mobile phones, tablet computers and virtual assistants. The show sparked the creation of Star Trek fan conventions, and they started in the 1970s, similar time as to when the fandom was really building. According to William Shatner, Star Trek TV memoirs, DeForest Kelley, was the first one considered for the role of Spock. In Kelly's own claims, though, he contradicts this. However, he preferred working in westerns. But Roddenberry talked him into playing a lawyer in a pilot, which didn't sell, and subsequently approached Kelly again for the role of a doctor in what turned out to be a science fiction setting. Noting that Hollywood was making fewer and fewer westerns, he accepted the role. The show Star Trek was cancelled after the third season during declining figures, but it didn't stop an animated series being created in 1973, which ran until 1973 to 74. So there you go, that's my behind the scenes movie trivia and general chat about Star Trek. What do you think? Leave me a comment in the box below, I'd love to read them, and if you've got any suggestions for the channel, leave them in the comment box below. Please subscribe and smash that like button, and don't forget to request notifications. Stay tuned for some more movie trivia and chat coming soon. Thank you for watching.